I think Safia, sorry, Safia. I used to have a supervisor called Sadia, so it's like her name keeps ringing my mind. Yeah,
Don't worry. That's fine.
yeah. All right. So Safia reached out to me about um, having discussions about you guys about cybersecurity, and it's something we are all going to share some kind of experience. Um, I don't have everything in mind, so your contribution, questions that you bring on board, that will open the floor for all of us to learn something new. Yeah, so not wasting time, let me share my screen and I will start the presentation. Can you see my screen?
Yes, but I think you haven't shared the file yet.
You you not see my screen?
I can see your screen, not now.
Okay, all right. Hold on. Okay, can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, great, 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 great. All right, so basically, um, what we are going to be discussing is going to be based on cybersecurity in general. But since Safia is in a women organization like cybersecurity about women in cybersecurity, we are going to focus uh, a little bit on some components of cybersecurity and also the importance of cybersecurity to women. And again, if you're a man on this meeting or call, it applies to you as well. So uh, yeah, like I said, my name is Rinder Hotoshi. And today we are going to be discussing about all these few topics that I have here. I'm going to introduce myself, what cybersecurity is all about, the essential IT skills that you can explore, and then some IT certifications that you might consider to have if you want to enter into the cybersecurity field. And then also, um, uh, why cybersecurity, or why should you be in the IT field in the first place, and then also I'll open the section for any question and answers. So my name is Randall Hotoshi, Randall Harley Hotoshi. I have 6+ years of experience in the cybersecurity industry. Um, I have master's degree in cybersecurity and policy. I also have bachelor's degree in cybersecurity, and then associate degree in cybersecurity. Yeah, so it's like all my degrees are in cybersecurity. Actually, initially, my uh, uh, vision was to be a registered nurse. But when I got to a certain point in that career, I noticed that that wasn't the best fit for me. It wasn't the best field for me to enter into, because anytime I go to clinic, what I see there breaks my heart. So I had a discussion with my counselor, and then she eventually advised me that, hey, why don't you enter into cybersecurity? And I've never regretted changing my program from nursing to cybersecurity. Yeah, so I changed my associate to cybersecurity, did my bachelor's and a master's as well in cybersecurity. So far, I hold 3 certifications: CISM, CASP, and then Security Plus. These are the 3 certifications that I hold right now. And you can also find me on LinkedIn. You can just search for Randy Hotoshi, and then you'll be able to find me on LinkedIn. Currently, I work with United States Coast Guard. I'm not an army person. I'm a civilian. I work in the IT department as information systems security officer. So basically, I just make sure that whatever system, I'm actually in their acquisition department. So what I do is making sure that whatever systems that Coast Guard is going to procure, I have to make sure that those systems meet compliance. They are secured enough to be in Coast Guard network or environment. We have to make sure that at least the fundamental, or the basic components of that system is well defined, is secured, and everything related to cybersecurity is in place before that system move into production. Yeah, so that has been my day-to-day, activities in Coast Guard, and I've been with Coast Guard for about 3 years and some months now. Yeah. So, what is cybersecurity all about? So this one, I just got this one from the wiki. So basically, it's just the protection of our data. Okay, how systems are protected, and the more we protect our systems, mean we are just basically protecting our data, okay, against any malicious actors. Okay, they can be hackers or insider threats or name it by a few. Okay, so that is cybersecurity all about. So we protect our systems or data or information, okay, from these malicious actors. And when it comes to cybersecurity, there are some pillars. There's a lot of pillars, but these are the main pillars that you can think of. We have the the network security. We have the Internet of Things, which we are going to go through one by one. We have the cloud security, the mobile security, endpoint security, application, and then now we have another pillar coming up called zero trust. Zero trust, and I know that maybe some of you have heard of zero trust before. Yeah, there's something that came, I think, somewhere last year, that when it comes to US here, I don't know about Canada. I think most of you are in Canada, right, Safia? Okay, I guess. So when it comes to US here,
All in Canada. Sorry.
yeah, okay, that's okay. Yeah, when it comes to US here, most government agencies are implementing this zero trust architecture in their environment. Yeah, and we are going to go through it. Few. Cybersecurity. When you talk of cybersecurity, we have some components. All right, cybersecurity is broad. Is broad. So I always encourage people that look at your strength, where you are good at, and then try to, climb the ladder in that area. All right. Most people come to me, oh, Randall, I want to do this, I want to do that. And it's like they'll be taking classes all over. And it's like they're not focused in one area. So before you plan to enter into the field, you have to know your strength. All right. And then see where you can actually dive yourself into to becoming successful. All right. So we have something like the risk assessment. All right. This has to do with vulnerabilities that we have within organizations, the assessment of third-party systems or vendors, data control assessment. So it just have to do with assessment. So if you think you are good in assessment, then you can venture into that area. All right. We have asset security. All right. How are you going to protect the assets of the organization? When you talk of assets, it's not only the computers that you can think of. All right. But the life cycle of any system. All right. How are you going to protect it? All right. It can be a software, it can be a server, it can be computers, printers, scanners, right? Anything that is deemed asset within the organization needs to be protected. All right. We have career development, we have governance. My focus right now, okay, what I do in Coast Guard is based on this yellow one here, framework, all right, and standards, framework and standard, and it's basically focused on nests. All right, it's focused on this, and this is a US standard. All right, organization that develops standard for making sure that systems within government agencies are well protected. Right, so my focus is much more on the NIST. But again, in my day-to-day activities, I also do, some assessments. I do some vulnerability management. All right. So though my focus is on framework, but I have knowledge in other areas as well. All right. Yeah, I have knowledge in other areas as well, which um, I have to bring everything together to make sure that I've achieved my aim. All right. We have user education, where we have some people that are only interested in training employees. All right. So if new software come on board, they'll learn the components of the software. They'll learn how that software operates. They'll learn everything about that software, and then they'll be moving from one organization to another organization just to teach the employees how that software works. All right. So you can also focus in that area if like you are good in teaching. Yeah, you can focus in that area. Then we have operational security. All right. We also have software development security. We have threat intelligence. I'm not going to go through everything. We have security engineering. Security engineering is kind of technical. All right. It's kind of technical aspect. All right. So if you are good in technical stuff, that would be your focus. Right? Like if you like developing maybe application, making sure the application is secure, making sure that we have right encryption or a data encryption in place, network security, how you're going to design network. All right. Then you can focus on the engineering part of cybersecurity. Yeah. So always know your strength. If you know you are not good in networking, you don't have to say, okay, because my friend is doing networking, let me also go and master in networking. Maybe you're not good in that. Maybe you're good in assessment, and that is where you need to focus your attention on. All right. And please, you can stop along the line if you have any question. You don't have to wait till the end. You can ask me any question along the way. Yeah, so back to the pillars of cybersecurity. We first mentioned about the network security, right? So these are basically solutions that are deployed within the organization, okay, to be able to identify and also block, all right, any attack that is coming to the organization. All right. So if you're in the network security environment, there will be some mechanism in place that will be able to detect any attack from outside of the organization, okay, that is trying to attack your system. And you'll be able to deploy mechanism to stop all these attacks from happening. All right. Sometimes it will slip through. That's why sometimes we have these companies being hacked here and there. So it's simply because maybe someone didn't do something right. All right, someone didn't do something right. That is why hackers were able to gain access to an organization's system or data. Yeah, and then we have the Internet of Things. All right, security. So as we all know now, even switching on our light or opening our garage or fridge, like whatever we have in our home is kind of being connected to the internet right now. All right. A few years will come, like all these devices that we have in our homes that are not connected to internet will eventually migrate, okay, to the internet. So that's the Internet of Things security. We need to put in security in place, all right, to make sure that no one is able to gain access to our network, all right, whilst we are home or we are in the office. Yeah, so you can also dive into that and then learn more about Internet of Things, how you are going to implement security controls to make sure that what you have that is connected to the internet is basically protected. And then you also have cloud security. Now everything is about cloud. Everything is about cloud. Most of us or all of us have a Google account. We have OneDrive. We have maybe iCloud, OneDrive. All right, all these are on cloud environments. All right. So imagine your data sitting in iCloud. Is it secured? You have no idea because someone is kind of managing or protecting your data for you. All right. So the cloud providers, they have to actually put in security controls or policies and procedures to make sure that whatever information or data that they have in their environment is protected. Because if there's any breach of that cloud environment, I don't know if they'll be able to bear the cost, because many people will sue them for that kind of data breach. Yeah. So if you enter into the cybersecurity environment, you can focus on cloud security. You can focus on cloud security to learn how to implement certain things within the cloud environment to secure that kind of solution. And then we also have application security. Now, this application security most often has to do with those who are much involved in ethical hacking, right? Yeah, because there are so many applications, and there are some vulnerabilities that if they are associated with your application, it will be easy for a hacker to basically gain access to that application. All right, and you can learn more. You can type this worldwide application security projects, okay, in Google, and it will give you top 10 threats. All right, it's going to give you top 10 threats of application security flaws. All right, I just mentioned only 2 here. All right, broken authentication. Oh, I actually list a few. Broken access control, cryptographic failure, injection, insecure design, all right, and a lot. All right. So basically, I can Google top 10 OWASP, and you'll be able to see that list. And it will actually give you, let me see if I can. Let me see here. Top 10. Right here. So basically, when you open the top 10, it should give you the list. That's not what is right here. Okay, so these are the top 10. Okay, these are the top 10 vulnerabilities that are basically associated with applications. All right, and remember, hackers will actually use these, top 10 to try to gain access to your system. All right, hackers will use this top 10 to gain access to your system, to your application. So if you are working in an organization and you are an application security, personnel, or a cybersecurity personnel for a particular application or so, or you are let's say, an ethical hacker, all right, for your company, you have to go through all these top 10, vulnerabilities to make sure that none of these are associated to your application in a company's environment. Yeah. So you basically try to use all this to hack into those applications. All right. And if you're able to hack into those applications using any of these top 10, then it means that application is vulnerable. All right. And you'll be able to recommend or put some kind of report together and then put your recommendation, what needs to be done, all right, to address that kind of issue. Because if you, the ethical hacker, is able to gain access to that system using one of these, it means the hacker out there can also use the same mechanism to gain access to your system. Right. So if you want to enter into penetration testing, you learn a lot about this. All right. So when you click on anything like this one, it will give you detailed information. It will give you detailed information, and you'll be able to learn more about that. All right. Okay. Yep. Next one, zero trust. All right. So zero trust, like I always say, it's not a particular solution or a software that your organization will implement to say, oh, okay, we are implementing zero trust architecture or solution, so this software will take care of everything. No. All right. But it is an approach to security to make sure that your data is protected from day 0 up to the end of that system. All right. So basically, you need to verify everything. So if, like, assuming I have a vendor or a contractor that we are going to procure or buy some kind of software from them, zero trust is saying that I shouldn't trust whatever that vendor tells me. All right. The fact that their marketing, team or their cybersecurity team have come, demonstrated how secure that system is, and demonstrated everything, I shouldn't take every word that they say. I need to verify. All right. So that is what zero trust is all about. You need to verify everything that they say. Right. Yeah. And this is like I said, this is new that they've introduced. I don't know whether it's the same in Canada cybersecurity environment, but in US here, most government agencies are leaning towards implementing this kind of zero trust solution. Yeah. So we have zero trust users, right? So the users, that is me and you, all right? The employees, are they really saying whom they are? If I say I am a network engineer, is it true that I am a network engineer? All right. Is it not because maybe I've stolen someone's credential and I'm trying to gain access to a system or something? So we need to verify everything. All right. Data, whatever data we get within the organization, outside the organization, we need to verify it. And that is why we have, sometimes we have digital certificate, signatures. We have what do you call it, encryption in place. Yeah, to make sure that whatever data that we are getting, right, it's from the right source. Right. Devices. So on your organization's network, if you know that you have 20 devices on your network, and maybe the next day you saw additional one, so now you're having 21 or 22 devices on the network, you need to verify those additional devices that has been added to your network. All right, you can't say, okay, oh, since it's an organization network and the network is secure, before anyone can put any device on the network, it has to go through some kind of maybe protocol or process before getting the network, the devices on the network. As a security personnel, if you see that, you need to verify that, hey, I'm seeing this extra 1 or 2 devices on the network. Where is it from? Is it on the approved list? You need to verify that, yes, it has to be there and it is there. Because it can be a rogue, a device that is on your network. All right. So that is zero trust, but you need to verify everything. Essential skills in IT that you can explore, right? We talk about security. So this is basically the fundamental and very essential to organization. Yeah, because it's like I'm in my house. I need to put in some security to make sure that whoever is coming to my house have the permission to come in. All right. Yeah. So that is the same thing on your network. Anyone that comes to your network must be verified. That person needs to be there. All right. So as let's say an IT security personnel, maybe you'll be responsible for installing firewall. or routers. All right. Maybe you be responsible for um, uh, deploying or developing network connections between the organization. You'll be responsible for implementing the right data encryption on your network. All right. You'll be doing risk mitigation and threat analysis. So there'll be a whole lot of stuff that you'll be doing as an IT security personnel. All right. Yeah. And then programming, right? Programming, for those of you who are good in programming language like Python, C++, JavaScript, Ruby, PowerShell, and a lot. That is if you are interested in developing websites, applications, you need to have these skills. All right. Like I said in the beginning, you need to know your strength. All right. You need to know your strength. For me, instance, networking and programming is not my area. All right. So what I can learn to get some knowledge that will help me in my work that I do. But maybe when you take me deep into it, it's going to be very, very difficult for me to it will take some time before maybe I'll be able to capture everything. But maybe some of you, you're already in the university and you are doing some kind of programming language, and you are enjoying it. All right. If that is where your passion is, please make sure you develop it to the fullest, and then you'll be able to climb the ladder. System administration and engineering, or network administration. All right. So they actually seek to the day-to-day activities of the systems that is within an organization's environment. All right. Like the service that they have. If you're a system administrator for a particular server, you have to make sure that that server keeps running. All right. And depending on the purpose of that server, all right, you have to know uh, when the server should be back online, when in case it goes off. All right. So basically you run the show on daily basis. All right, you run the show on daily basis. You have to make sure that that server is always running. All right, because if it fails, then it means that particular day or week or so, no one will be able to work within your organization. Assuming you are the system administrator for I don't know the banks in Canada though, but just think of any bank in Canada. Assuming you are the system administrator of that bank. All right, you need to make sure that your systems are running every day. Because if people go to the ATM and they can't get money because the server is down, if you don't take care, other banks are going to snatch your customers. All right, so you have to make sure you have to be proactive, making sure that your system is always running. And even if it goes down, it should come back within short possible time. All right. So basically, that is what the system administrators do on daily basis. Cloud computing, like we've talked about cloud security already. So right now, most organizations worldwide are moving their data or resources into the cloud. Right. Gone are days that you go to a particular company, they'll have a whole building dedicated to what? A server room. And you see this big server. Okay, they have so many racks, so many servers in the rack. All right, because they need to connect, they need to communicate to each other within the organization and outside the organization. And all those communications will have to go through what? These servers. And it actually is very expensive to maintain. Right? It's very expensive to maintain. Thinking of the bills, the electricity, the water, the heating, the air conditions that you need to install, the lighting system, everything. It's very expensive maintaining those kind of environment. But right now, they are all moving to the cloud, right? Most of them, like when it comes to Coast Guard, for instance, most of our stuff are moving to the cloud, all right? It makes it what? Easy. And it's not that expensive, all right? It's cheaper than the traditional data center that we have, all right? And these are some of the cloud service providers. You have the AWS, you have the Google Cloud, the Microsoft Azure, Oracle, all right? All these are what? Cloud service providers, all right? They provide cloud service. And so you can basically venture more into that, because if AWS have some products, all right, in the cloud, they need to secure it, and they need people to make sure that they understand cloud security to secure their cloud environment for them. The same thing applies to Microsoft. All right, the same thing applies to Google. All right, they need to make sure that their environment is secured. All right. Any questions so far? Okay. IT certifications. So when you come to cyber, there are so many certifications that you can think of. And honestly, that's not the list that we have. There are a lot of certifications that you should consider depending where your interest is and where you want to be. All right, yeah. So you need to know your organization, or whichever country you find yourself in. You need to know what the requirements are, or before you get into this one of these certifications. And all these certifications are internationally recognized certifications. All right. So if you have Security Plus or A Plus, Cloud Plus, whatever plus, all right. And if you obtain it in Canada, you can use it to work in US, Europe, or Australia, China, wherever. Right. These are internationally recognized certifications that you can venture into. But like I said, know your interest. Know your interest, where you want to be, and the certification requirements in that area before you start thinking of taking some of these certifications. So why cybersecurity or IT? All right. And since this is, women's organization, I kind of try to, lean to the ladies' side. So the men here, please forgive me, but it's also useful to you as well. Research has shown that we have only 20% of women in the cybersecurity. Okay, globally, we have only 20%. Some research will say 18, some research will say 20 something, 25, 24. Some research will even say 15%, all right, of women are in the cybersecurity workforce. All right. So it's like we need a lot of women All right. And trust me, women are very smart, right? Women are very, very smart. In my current job, I meet women a lot. All right. I meet women a lot. And when they talk, you could know, you could sense that yes, they know what they are talking about. All right. And women are people who always want to make sure if this is A, this is A. If this needs to be done in this way, that is how it needs to be done. All right. So we actually need women in the cyber workforce, and that will actually encourage what diversity. All right. That will encourage diversity. Like if you have 50% 50% women, 50% men, it blends a lot. Even if not 50-50, at least 40-60. All right, at least you'll be getting there. All right. So if you are planning to get into the cybersecurity field, to me, I would say that is a right call. That is a right call. Financially, you'll be secured. All right. And I have some figures here. And these are minimum. All right. Minimum wages per year. And this is per US standard. I don't know about Canada. Okay. And these are the minimum salary per year that you get. All right. When you hold one of these positions, database administrator or architecture, minimum 82 something thousand. All right. Yeah. So just imagine the list on the line here is help desk support. All right. Those people you call, my computer is broken, please help me fix it, those kind of stuff. Yeah. At a minimum. And bear in mind, this can go higher. This can go higher. Yeah. Any question? All right. So again, why cybersecurity? There are a lot of career options that you can choose from. Like when we did a domain that I showed you earlier on, you could see that there are a whole lot of areas that you can actually focus your attention on. So it's not one way thing. All right. Beginning when I was about to enter into the cybersecurity field, I was thinking maybe I have to go and do some mathematics, some science course here. But in fact, it was crazy for me. But no, it doesn't involve all those kind of, though yes, you do math, some kind of level of math in university, but you don't have to go the advanced way. All right. If you don't like math, like me, I don't like math. All right. But when it comes to maybe reading and analyzing certain things, that one I'm good at. So that is why I venture, into the framework, okay, the policies, the procedures. All right, because I could feel within me that that is where my strength is. All right, that is where my strength is. So I have to basically venture into that area. All right. But if I'm good in maybe mathematics, maybe I can do something like encryption or cryptography or those kind of stuff. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So there are so many options, career options that you can choose from. Growing job opportunities. Yes. Every company, all right, or even the small business owners, they need IT professionals. They need cybersecurity professionals. All right. It's not like I'm using the continent I come from, Africa. All right, some part of Africa. I don't know about the whole continent anyway, but some part of Africa. No, they don't care if your data is breached. They don't care. All right. Even if you call a company that, hey, because of their negligence or because of their insecurity within their system, your data has been breached, they might even end up insulting you. Okay. So they don't care about data breach. But when you come to the advanced countries, all right, this is very important to them. All right. If I am to go to the store, use my card to buy something, and that machine is breached, that a hacker is able to get my card information, no, I can sue that company. All right. So when you find yourself in these advanced countries, every employer needs cybersecurity professional to make sure that the right things are done. Okay, so always every year, jobs are opening. Right, jobs are opening. Job satisfaction, at least whatever you learn, that's what you are basically going to be doing on the field. All right, like if you go to college to learn ethical hacking, all right, though you learn so many courses, in USA we have about 120 credits for you to graduate from college or university. All right, and all these are what different courses. But as you are doing it, you will find your interest somewhere, and you will want to focus on that area and then develop your skill from there. All right, and whatever you learn in classroom is what you're going to transfer over. All right, so whilst you are there, like, you'll be so satisfied. All right, though, yes, when I was in the lab doing hacking, all right, using maybe one of the OWASP top 10, I was able to hack into this system. Now in the real world experiment, or in the actual world of work, you were able to apply that knowledge, okay, to hack into maybe your organization's system. And based on that, you'll be able to provide what recommendations. Right. So it is what job satisfaction. Innovation. Yeah. If you are a programmer, if you are a developer, you have these ideas that you'll be able to develop applications or softwares. And once your software or application hit the internet, all right, and people, just accept it, imagine what you'll be feeling. Right now, WhatsApp, you see, almost everyone is using WhatsApp. Okay, almost everyone is using WhatsApp. All right, someone sat somewhere, came up with the idea that, hey, you know what, making calls, normal calls to maybe our friends and families in the other part of the world is kind of expensive. Right, so why don't I come up with this? All right, and look at what WhatsApp is doing right now. Right, and they keep updating it. Yeah, and you continue to learn and grow. All right, so the field is not static. You continue to learn new stuff, you continue to grow. Right, and if you want to venture into another area, if you want, the door is always open in cybersecurity field. And flexibility. So if you are a mom and you're in a cybersecurity environment, and God being so good, you are so lucky to get telework, like you'll be working from home. That would be the best thing ever happened to you. You can be in your kitchen cooking and at the same time working or being in a meeting. All right. Yeah, that is how it is. All right. For me, for instance, I go to the office only once a week. The rest of the days, I'm in the house. All right. Sometimes I even feel so lazy getting out of bed. All right, and I'll be in bed and working. Sometimes I'll be in the kitchen cooking, and at the same time be in a meeting listening. And if I need to provide some comments, I'll just provide comments and then go back to my cooking. All right. Sometimes I'll be eating at my desk and at the same time working. But you can't be doing all this in your office. All right. So that is the flexibility that you have. Right. Sometimes maybe during your break time or your lunch time, you can just log off, drive to maybe the grocery store to get some few stuff and then come back. All right. Sometimes in some cases, I even have to go and see my doctor. All right, during my lunch time. Right. So there's this kind of flexibility. Right. So as a mom or wanting to be a mom, there's going to be a great career for you to dive into. All right, so these are the resources that I put from online for this short presentation. Any question, please? Question? If there's something I said, maybe you want me to repeat, I can. If you have question, you can ask.
Guys, do you have any questions for Ranja? You can either like unmute yourself or just write it in the chat.
All right. So I hope you're all getting the feel of, I don't know if you're all in the cybersecurity or planning to be in the field, but what I can say is it's a good field. I'm not saying other fields are not good. It's a good field. I've trained people who actually don't have even college degree, and because of the knowledge set that they have, they are earning six-figure salaries. All right. Yeah, so it's basically a good field that if you're planning to be successful in that field, you will be. Trust me, when I first came to this country, like US, Africa, we didn't have the luxury. We didn't have the luxury of actually owning computers, internet here and there. So when I first came here, I was kind of, can I actually do that? All right, but because of what I want to achieve, all right, I just focus my mind on what I want to be, all right. And right now I can say I am more than satisfied to be in the field, and I'm so proud that I took that decision to be in the cybersecurity field. Yeah, I've never regretted being in that field. Yeah, so there are so many areas to explore. Trust me, so many areas to explore. But know your strength. Know what you want to do, or know what you think you can do, and you can take it from there. If you need any guidance or any maybe further explanation or further guidelines or so, you can reach me on my LinkedIn and we can communicate from there.
Thank you so much, Randall. Have you shared your LinkedIn account with them?
Yeah, just type my name, Randall Hotoshi, and you'll be able to. Let me see. Yeah, so just type my name, Randall Hotoshi, and you should be able to um, get hold of me. Um, yeah, so that's me.
Thank you so much. I think, guys, we are good. No more questions for Randall at this meeting. Please. So if you have any question for him, you can directly address him. You can also contact me. Yeah.
Okay.
So on behalf of many cybersecurity and School of Computer Science at the University of Windsor, I want to thank you so much, Randall, for this great presentation this afternoon and this weekend. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate that, and hopefully can get you in like other events. And if please, if you visit Canada one day, it will be very nice to meet you in person.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're
I'm going.
welcome. Thank you, Safia. You're welcome. All right.
Thank you so
Take
much,
care.
guys, for attending our event today. And we are going to have a couple of events, especially in November, and just have an eye on the email sent by Melissa. And thank you so much, all of you, for this event.
Okay. Thank you.